on? This is your girl, Politically Diamond, coming to you live on a Monday afternoon, honey. It's a lot of things going on. We're going to get into it. We got some stuff to talk about because the content make itself. I mean, it's unlimited news, unlimited things going on, and we got a lot to talk about, okay? Now, first off, if you are a part of this storm, it's cold basically everywhere, okay? I heard Florida has snow, and Florida haven't had snow in years, okay? Probably a few decades. Florida is not the place that has snow, okay? So, if you are in the snow, if you are in the cold, I hope you stay safe. I hope you got power, okay? And I'm seeing some places, I see on the internet that some people think the whole storm thing was a hoax. And I don't think it was a hoax because I'm seeing some places did have ice, okay? And we ain't talking about the ice that's killing people. Why did I laugh at that? We're not talking about the ice that's out of Minnesota, okay? We're talking about the ice that's on the ground, all right? But I'm hearing it's some reports that it was some weathering, like some seeding. You know how they do like the chemtrails, and they say that it's seeding too in the air. You see the planes, and I never knew what that was when I was a little girl. Okay, I thought that this was something normal. I didn't know what it was. I thought it kind of was like clouds from the plane. I had no idea till I got older and started hearing about chemtrails and how they use that stuff to kind of poison different places and how they control the weather with it. So then I started learning about it. So it's been reports of these planes doing multiple chemtrails. Now, usually you'll see like one plane maybe do like two lines, maybe three, but I was seeing videos of places where it looked like a jigsaw puzzle. Or what's that? The word cross. That you remember the little puzzles we used to do in school, and some people still do them. You find a word and it's lines all over the place. That's what this guy looked like. Okay. And people are saying, and it was one lady, she made a good point, right? She said a few months ago, they were saying that the economy was bad, nobody was spending money, and things weren't being bought. And she said now this whole storm came about, okay, and she feel like we were gaslit into going to the grocery store and buying a lot of groceries. Because people, listen, I work at a grocery store and it was crazy. You would think a hurricane was coming. Now I'm in Louisiana and they have experienced some bad hurricanes, but how they was in there getting food, honey, it was like crazy. You would think that this was going to be something that we wasn't even like forecast to have snow. All right. We was just forecast to get really cold and to might have some ice on the ground. That's all we was forecasted for. Some ice on the ground. And people was in there like, honey, like it was the end of the world. And I seen some place. And why do people get so much toilet tissue? I've been seeing this all over online. Why do you think the whole time that you in the house you're just gonna be taking shits? Now mind you, I got 3 boys and my husband, and they use an extraordinary amount of toilet tissue. I asked them, when you wipe, are you wiping, like, are you just putting tissue all around your hand? Like, y'all booties ain't but that big. So why is all the toilet tissue? Why am I buying toilet tissue damn near every day? Maybe I need to do better and just buy bigger things than toilet tissue. Like, is there 100 pack of toilet tissue? I need to start buying like industrial sizes of toilet tissue because it's getting ridiculous. So, y'all know that I really been getting into the whole politics thing. It's a lot going on, okay? We seeing people turn on each other. We seeing people act like they hate each other and really secretly like be down for each other. All right, we've been seeing that all over the place. I've been talking about Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk, the things that we're finding out about Erica, how she basically backdoored her husband. okay? How she was put there to be around him, okay? To spy on him. We're finding out that she's basically an Israel spy, okay? I've been talking about how Jeffrey Epstein was a spy for Israel, okay? Now, we've been putting all this, doing all this connecting. All these people are really spies, okay? You don't know who spies. Like, I've been seeing this new Black Panther Party guy, all right? I just started hearing about this again. They say, I saw the first article I saw about the new Black Panther Party. They were going against ICE, and they were daring ICE to like step up and do something to him. And then, like last night, as I'm scrolling, I see some videos about the head ICE dude, the little half mixed, okay, with the light skin and the full beard. He don't look like he really represent the Black Panthers. That ain't what I'm used to seeing. I'm not used to seeing the light bright in charge of the Black Panthers. When I think of Black Panthers, I think of somebody that look like they from Africa, honey. Somebody with a wide nose, big lips, that's standing there holding their hands up with a fro or something. This dude got light skin. Yeah, everybody fighting. But what's up? What's up, Just Victor? What's up, Lenora? What's up, everybody that's in here? Listen, we got some things to talk about, okay? Because it's going down. And in the hood, this is why Candace Owens say the world is ghetto, okay? What we about to get into is ghetto, okay? In the hood, you can get backdoored by your homie. You can go commit some crimes with your friend, and by the time them crimes committed, you will get backdoored. You could give a person everything, and them same people that you give it to will turn around and betray you, all right? And we've been seeing a lot of this. We've been seeing a lot of people getting betrayed, all right? We've been betrayed, okay? A lot of us are traumatized from being betrayed, okay? Let's get into China, because I saw something very interesting, all right? Not only is America trying to take over everybody and getting in everybody's business for many reasons, okay? It's a lot of fighting within these organizations. That's the best way I could put it. It's a lot of fakeness, and they simply can't trust each other. What is the saying? There is no honor amongst thieves. You cannot expect somebody that you do dirt with not to do dirt with you. So I've been taking the position of, we've been seeing all this stuff, we've been seeing some of the same faces, okay? But we really need to know the background of these people. We really need to know the things that they are accused of doing. Because these are people that we hold in high pedestals. Oh, excuse me, hold on. And maybe a pedestal isn't the best word. We just put these people up on a bigger level because they're so-called educated, they're in the military, they're high value people. But now we're learning that they're not high value. They're scumbags. They're scumbags just like we got scumbags in the hood, okay? It don't discriminate. So let's get into what China got going on, because this is very interesting, and it goes along with everything that's going on right now. So I got my notes. I just ripped a page out my book. So I got to get my notes going, because see, I want to give y'all some good information. I want to start. You can't tell what's going on unless you knew how this thing started, okay? You from China? You ain't from China. I'm from America. Are you Chinese? I can't see. Bigger than my mom, okay. I'm the biggest diamond that you know, so I guess your mama, she big like me. She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. So anyways, because we talking serious business, we gonna have the trolls, but that's all right. Um, so what's going on with China, right? China's president, Xi Jinping. Sorry if I say this wrong, honey. Listen, I'm not from China. Okay, Xi Jinping. All right, he has created this campaign, this anti-corruption campaign. All right, is to weed out all the corruption, but he does not discriminate against the people around him. So to he created this thing to find out who may be around him leaking things, because you cannot trust people. And these politicians and presidents, they know what they do, so they know they can't trust the people around them. They've been in this long enough, okay? So he created the largest and most systematic anti-corruption campaign in China's Communist Party. They're calling it a purge, okay? So he's purging, just like the movie that you've seen on one night out the year. You can kill whoever you want to kill. Same thing he's doing here, okay? Now, he started this shortly after taking power in 2012. Now, they have two types of people that they target in this anti-corruption campaign. The first one is the Tigers, okay? The Tigers is the high-ranking officials and powerful insiders, okay? So these are the people that let me get some of these people out of here. These are the people that they're looking for. Tigers, high-ranking officials and powerful insiders. The second ones that they're trying to go after are called flies, okay? The flies are the low-level bureaucrats and local officials. So the higher up you are, you're a tiger. You somebody sitting right there close to him. You're a tiger. You strong, okay? The rest of them are flies. They just around. They helping what's going on. The local government, low-level bureaucrats, okay? Now, they say that this campaign has investigated, disciplined, and prosecuted hundreds of thousands of officials, okay, in China. Hundreds of thousands of officials across government, military, and state enterprises. Hundreds of thousands. China's president has created an anti-corruption campaign, and it is targeting some of his inside people because he know they're not right. All right? Now, the mission is to root out corruption, enforce discipline, and strengthen the party's unity in governance. All right? Now, this is where it gets sticky. All right? The person right under the president of China, whose name is, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, okay? Zhang Yuzaya. Okay? He's like the vice president, but his role is the vice chair of the Central Military Commissions. He is the president's top aide, okay? Now, what he is being accused of doing, he's being accused of selling China's like nuclear, he's a nuclear, let me get this right, China's nuclear weapons program. He's being charged with leaking info about the nuclear program. So to the USA, now, the person that's right under the president, that's been with him for a long time. Now, they've been together a long time. And mind you, the guy that's selling the information to the U.S., he has been able to stay in the China's military beyond retirement age. Okay? So they made exception for him. I guess maybe he was doing his job so good that they wanted to keep him on beyond retirement age. That's just like, you got them brown noses that act like they doing so much and they doing so good and they skate by. Some people can skate by. They can really pretend. But it's gonna come out in the end, and see, it's coming out in the end. It's coming out for him now, okay? So he's a joint vice chairperson of the Central Military Commission, second to China's president, okay, in the military structure. They say he's been accepting bribes, okay, to promote people. So he's taking money to promote people within the Chinese government, okay? And he's selling China's information to USA. Now, why they say this is such a big thing, because it was, at the beginning, it was 7 people, that's including the president. So it was 6 more people that was on like the committee with the president, all right? Just like Donald Trump got all those people up under him, China's president has people up under him. It was 7 people. Out of those 7 people, only 2 people are still clean, and one of them is the president. So out of those 6 people that he has picked, only 1 of them are clean. The rest of them have been involved in scandals. Some of them have been purged, okay? So and people are saying, being that China's government is falling apart, you cannot trust them. They can't trust each other. And if it's time to go to war, if the government is messed up, what we gonna do? We ain't ready. You ever had a job where the managers, some of the managers don't like each other? Some of the managers be bullshitting, lying on each other, telling employees one thing and then it be something else. This is basically what's going on in China right now, okay? So, and just like I say, you can look at some of these people pictures and see what they had going on. You can see the guilt on their faces. And if you look at Zhang's, the guy that's being accused of selling China's top secrets to America, you can see the guilt on his face. You can see the guilt on his face. It never fails. Once they get into something, that's like when you cheat, you're going to never be the same. You're going to always be strange, okay? So, I really want to get into why this is so serious, okay, when it comes to what he's doing. And I want to explain so the people that know, because we always heard China and USA, they don't get along. We buy a lot of their products. They make a lot of their money through us. What I'm on right now most likely come from China. What you own right now most likely come from China. What you drive most likely is made with parts that come from China. Anything that you touch and open, put a number in, scan a finger, just take a face verification, most likely is made in China. Now, last night I was saying that America sells defense weapons, helicopters, bombs to other countries, but I'm quite sure that they're spying on these countries through it. Even though they're their allies, we friends, I still got to keep my eyes on you. And see, that's going to play a big part of this, all right? So let's get into some of the reasons why China and America have this love-hate relationship. This is very important going forward when we see all these different countries ganging up together, selling each other different things, going to war with each other, trying to get their allies to back them up. Okay? This is why I'm giving this information for people like me that's into this but need to know the backstory. Can't fully understand what's going on unless you get the backstory. All right? So, now China and US has always had tension. There has always been a fight over power and control. This is what power, control, and trust. This is what it all boils down to. Okay, the USA want power, the China want power, and both of them want the most power over the whole world. All right. Now let's get into why they have tension. Now, like I say, the power struggle, the main power struggle is who runs the world. China want to run the world. Okay, like I've been saying, China say they have a bomb, a hydrogen bomb that will wipe out every corner of this earth. And nobody else has that weapon. Not even America, okay? And for sure not the other countries. They don't have that weapon, okay? So, now, USA is the top global power structure. We are the top of everybody, okay, when it comes to our systems, all right? Now, China is the first country in decades with the size, economy, and military growth to challenge the USA. So, we powerful, but China is coming for us. Believe that. And if China is the only country with this hydrogen bomb, they might be outdoing us right now, okay? All right. So, the second reason they have so much tension, one of the main reasons, the U.S. goal is to maintain global leadership. USA want to be ahead of everybody. Trump wants to be the president, the leader, the head of everything and everybody and every insect on this planet. Believe that, okay? China's goal is to end U.S. dominance and reshape the world order. So China don't want us to be so dominant. China don't want us to have as much power as we have, because we have a lot of power, okay? And China is trying to gang up with our enemies, okay? And even though they're making money through us, and look at these tariffs that, Trump is attaching. Who is that? Is that Canada that's like 100% tariffs now? So they're gonna be paying 2 times everything what they like. That's wild. So China wants to stop this, even though China makes most of their money through America. America loves Shein, or Shein, however you want to say it. America loves Temu. America loves smart TVs. And my thing is, right, and see, Trump ain't wrong when he said he wants to put tariffs to make it harder for people in the USA to buy things from China. Because how do you feel comfortable buying something that's made by a country that dislikes you? How do you trust that? Like, it don't make no sense. Now let's go into the systems, because China and USA have very different systems. And this is something that is such a big difference, all right? It's like they don't just disagree, they're totally opposite. America and China is totally opposite, okay? China is very suppressed. USA is more, hey, I'm me, I'm here, I'm free, whatever. Now, USA stands for, like, they believe in democracy. And most of this is about to be BS, what I'm about to say. We know this. Democracy, okay? That's like helping people. Free speech, capitalism, making money from their fellow man, and independent media, just like what I'm doing, even though the algorithm can keep me from reaching, further, all right? Now, China is much more suppressed. We see a lot of stuff you can't even, what's going on, Cuban? A lot of stuff in China you can't even see. A lot of places, thank you. A lot of places you can't even take a camera. A lot of their media is propaganda. All right, a lot of their stuff is staged. Like I saw one thing with China, they had some people like in this big area, like it was downtown or something, and they were just all dancing. And I believe this was like was this during COVID or something? No, this wasn't during COVID. It was doing something. Maybe when COVID was, when everything was opening back up and they wanted to make, that was during COVID. Okay? Thank you. That was during COVID when Trump was calling it the China virus. Okay? And they was trying to say, no, we didn't put this virus out there. It wasn't us. We doing good out here. So they had a bunch of people standing around and just dancing in sync. Like, y'all practice this choreography, okay? Yes, I'm just remembering. It was when COVID was here. So China is much more controlled because China will kill you. USA will kill you, but we got a little bit more freedom. China gonna kill you, okay? So China is it's a one-party communist rule. Like, it's one party. How we got Democrats, Republicans, and conservatives and liberal. No, you Chinese. Whatever we say you is, that's what you is. One party. It ain't no division. We are one. Okay? Censorship. Like I say, a lot of things are censored. State control. The states control everything. The state control how many kids they have. Okay, I believe they can't have more than like 2 kids. They control how much they work. I've been learning about people that work so much that they just fall asleep in the street, and they're not even homeless. They are business people, men with briefcases, men in suits that have worked so many hours and so hard because it's a Chinese tradition and they're controlled, that they fall asleep literally in the street and nobody messes with them because it's common, okay? Because they're controlled more. Over here in America, we don't want to work. Well, if you see somebody sleep in the street, they either homeless, on a dope, something, okay? And it's a government-directed economy. The Chinese government direct everything, okay? They direct what they, most likely what they eat, how much they eat, when they eat, all type of stuff. And each side, the other side is a threat to stability, all right? China feel like U.S. is a threat to stability. Oh, excuse me, child. And the U.S. feel like China is a threat to stability, okay? So that explains why they have tension, okay? I legit asked a homeless dude if he wanted to work. Dead ass told me, why would I when I get $2K a month from the government? What he getting too much? He must get like a crazy check or something. Because he must get some type of social security. But that's messed up. That's messed up. He probably would bill him. But I doubt he getting 2K a month. That's some bullshit. But that is messed up. All right. Now, let's get into some of their issues. All right. Some more of their issues. Now, the first one was why they have tension. The second one was how their system is different, okay? How China run China, how America run America. Now we're going to get into the trade and money wars. And you know this is big when it comes to that cash. Now China and the US are economically tied, and that creates tension. They need each other, but don't trust each other. Read the booze so we all know where that money was going by that smell. Yes. He taking that whole 2K, taking it to the liquor store, maybe doing a little dope cigarettes, and then he wait till the check come back around the next time and beg for your money that you go work for. Yeah. So China and US, they need each other, but they don't trust each other. That's like your baby daddy, your baby mama. You love her, but you don't trust that motherfucker. Believe that. And a big issue, right? China is accused of stealing US tech and intellectual property. You know, Donald Trump was trying to stop TikTok because he said that it was created by China, and that's how China spies on us. And trust me, these people ain't failing. Whatever China was trying to do, these people are giving China what they want because all they do is go on TikTok. All right. Now, U.S. Now Chinese accused of stealing U.S. tech and intellectual property. And China is accused of manipulating currency. All right? So that's two of the big issues. They manipulating currency. This is what the U.S. is accusing China of. All right? And China accuses U.S. of putting too much tariffs on Chinese goods because that's going to hurt their pocket. And their supply chain dependency on America. All right? Now, as far as their military and security, this is where things get very serious. Now, China got a problem with America because we approved a $10 billion weapons package for Taiwan. And China don't want us to give Taiwan all that, okay? So that's a source of tension. Now, I guess the U.S. is doing something with the South China Sea. I got to see about that and what's going on, okay? The U.S. military bases in Asia. China don't like that. China is expanding its navy and missiles, okay? U.S. sees China military growth as aggressive. China sees U.S. presence as encirclement. China think that U.S. trying to get all these allies around China so they can all attack China. China say, nah, we ain't going for that. All right? And this is the last one. Espionage and cyber warfare. Both countries accuse each other of spying on each other constantly. Just like I said. U.S. said China steals military, tech, and corporate secrets. And China says the U.S. run global surveillance and interference. This is why stories about leaks, spies, and purges hit so hard because trust is already zero. So we just went over why China and America has so much tension. Okay? Now, let's get into I'm your mama. That's who I am. Call me mama. I'm going to give you your bottle and I'm going to change your diaper and I want you to go to sleep because I got company coming over, okay? That's who I am. No, people like you is why we going to lose. People like you is why we're going to lose. Let me get up out of here because see, this live is for sensible people. This live is for sensible people. Okay, anyways, we just talked about why they have so much tension. So all those reasons. See, China feel like U.S. be looking at them all the time. U.S. look like China be looking at them all the time. China feel like U.S. is bullies and they always in somebody's business, which we is. Okay? We always in somebody's business. We nosy. That's why we got all them Karens over here being nosy. Okay? Now, as far as China's president finding out that his sidekick, the one closest to him, they have been together for a long time, okay? They go back a long time. Their families have hung with each other. This is why I preach. You can't always trust the people closest to you, okay? Because sometimes the people closest to you will do you the dirtiest. Yes, they will, okay? And this is a prime example. It's not just going on over here in America. It's going on over there in China. I'm quite sure it's going on in Ukraine. I'm quite sure it's going on in Russia. I'm quite sure every country got somebody that's leaking something. That's why different countries' penalties for betrayal and different things are different. That's why when a person in another country do something minor, they go big to make an example out of them, okay? And American politics and senators and politicians is corrupt. And look what's going on with China. They're all corrupt. Everybody is just corrupt. It's all about money and power, okay? And they saying trust, but nobody trusts each other. Do you think those people in the White House trust each other? No, they don't. Okay? Look at Erica Kirk. I can't remember the lady that Candace Owens say is like close to Erica Kirk right now in TPUSA, but she says she believes this lady is advising Erica, and she's sending Erica into a brick wall. Yes, she is. She's sending Erica to the wrong place. And I'm quite sure this guy from China that's this close to the president of China has done the right thing. I'm quite sure he gave a lot of distractions. I'm quite sure he told China's president a lot of lies. But guess what? China's president probably believed him a little bit more. And like I said, extended his political stay beyond retirement age. Now, China must have an age cap. America don't have no age cap. You could be 150 and still be in politics. Just go look at who is up on the podiums at these political meetings and things like that. The people that are making decisions are not even up to date. They're 100 years old, okay? Some of them, a lot of them, like look at the Supreme Court people be dying. I mean, death is a natural thing, but it's like when you got a place full of old people, they just gonna start like falling off. Look at what they saying about Trump, allegedly. They're allegedly saying, I saw a video, a guy was a doctor, and he said by what he see off Trump's hand, that Trump has congestive heart failure. Trump may be up out of here in about 3 to 4 months. Okay? And at first I thought it was like someone trolling. All right? But then when I watched the video, he was making some real good points. All right? Because they're saying now that Trump may have dementia. They're saying that Trump looks sick. They saying all this right. And then Trump came back and said he got a physical and he was great. Excuse me. The doctors say, hey, honey, how you doing? Trump say his doctor say he's in the best shape that his doctor has ever seen out of everybody. He has never seen someone. You actually believe Trump is about 70 years old. If you believe Trump is healthy like that, like top-notch healthy, you're crazy. Okay? You can look at Trump. And me, honestly, I say I believe Trump be sleepy. And then I saw an article that said Trump get like 4 hours of rest. Look at us, regular people. Don't it seem like you always waking up to go to work? Every time you blink your eyes, you back at work. You at work more than you at home. So imagine being the president. How does the president get any sleep when he got literally countries on his phone? Okay? So that's one thing. And it's like, how long can you go? And Trump been going a long time with no sleep. The type of business he been doing and things, he ain't been getting no sleep. So if his heart is bad, like this doctor is saying, I believe it's come from no sleep. Because no sleep is a quick way to get heart disease. Not letting your heart rest is a quick way to get heart disease and heart failure and things like that, okay? Trump is overweight. I heard someone say they went on a lunch date with Trump and they went to McDonald's and Trump got like the largest soda, like a fish fillet, a Big Mac, a large fry, probably got a couple of apple pies. Look at him. He is not. At least Joe Biden was slim and trim. Joe Biden could get up there in his suit and pull out the guns and bang, bang, bam. Okay? Joe Biden can do that. Trump, he's starting to be slow. I ain't gonna lie. He's starting to be slow. And I also saw a picture of Trump where they were saying that he may have had a stroke. Half of his face was like droopy. Okay? But these days, you don't know what's AI and what's real. Like, it's very scary. You have to really look for like signs of AI. If you've been watching these AI videos, it's certain, especially videos where some talking, they had a certain voice, you will see some type of glitch in the AI video. But it's still AI, and a lot of them will get by you. It's just a lot of these AI videos, it's so outrageous. You be like, wait a minute. It'll get you at first. You'll start watching, and you be like, wait a minute. This ain't right. Let me go to the comments, and then you'll see somebody in the comments like, I can't believe everybody believe this is real when it's AI. AI is taking over so much, and it's getting better and better. I saw something on AI the other day, baby. It made me. They say the AI is the devil, and I'm starting to believe it because I seen something that scarred me that was AI, and I say, oh no. Okay? And I love watching like AI videos, you know, the AI videos where it's like, which bed would you sleep in? What grandparent would you want to stay with? And they bring out all the food and stuff. And I like watching those. But there's some videos, like look at the videos where they had a fat black people in the fucking, let me not curse, there might be some kids. Where they had fat black people in the buffet. They had a fat black woman standing up on top of the buffet screaming at the police. The police standing there telling her, get off the buffet. And she's saying, I paid my money. I want to eat everything. Or you got the fat black man at the buffet just filling up plates. Got a bucket, filling up a bucket. Some of it is racist. I mean, it's you can't take a lot of this stuff serious. I've been seeing I saw something about astronauts. And we've been here a long time that this whole moonwalk thing may have been bullshit. These videos where we see astronauts inside of the spaceships and stuff and they be floating around, they were showing these debunking videos, and they was showing where you can tell that some of the women, it was like 3 men and 1 woman on there, and her hair was sticking up, and she was like, yeah, we're in a spaceship, you see my hair? And then they like froze it, and it was like you can see where she has like hairspray in her hair to have her hair high. Okay. And then it was some other videos where they were like flip to show that anti-gravity, but it would show like they had these, you know how they be flying in the air these days, how Chris Brown and his pastors flying in the air with these straps attached to them. They got these harnesses on. You can see the strings. One of the astronauts did the flip, and his leg got caught in the string. So we never know what's real and what's fake, okay? Just like I say 9/11, we always, oh my God, they flew the planes into the towers and the towers fell. And then as we went on, we was like, wait a minute. These towers are made by some of the strongest material in the world. That's why they high towers. Like, how do they come out? And then we watch videos and we could just see explosions going down the building, just bum, 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 just down the building, and then the building started collapsing and stuff. It's a play. We already knew it was a play, but I'm not gonna lie, this whole thing with Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk is really showing me just how much they think we're stupid. What's going on, North Carolina? My daddy from the Carolinas. How you doing? Listen, when I was a little girl, my mom and daddy used to go to Carolina. This was way before GPS. This is when they had nothing but an open mouth book. And my daddy, we used to travel. My daddy would get that map, and we would go see his people in North Carolina. And I got the best peach from North Carolina. Oh my God. I bit into that peach, and it was juice dripping. I ain't never had a peach like that. But we used to go to his aunt's house, and when I tell you his aunt's house was next to a cornfield or something, he used to go down all these streets, and it wasn't like no pavement or nothing like that. It was like dirt roads, and I never knew how this man remembered how to get there. So I always have fond memories of North Carolina. But we can't believe the things that we're seeing. Like, I'm just seeing that a lot of this stuff it's a play. Like, you can't look at the news and believe everything that they're telling you. Like, I saw something during Christmas. Now, you got all these podcasters, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, um, Nick Fuentes, all these people like them that don't get along. Someone said they went to a Christmas party, and all those people were there partying. All those people, all the people that we see that argue online every day, they were there partying with each other, probably doing coke and other dope. And then they get online, and then they talk about each other, and then they have us feeling away about the other person. And sometimes these people are getting killed. I have been seeing an influx of political people making innuendos. Trump is the only one that will really get up and say it straight out, making innuendos to go kill people because they don't believe what they want them to believe. Okay? Tell me, Erica Kurt, make heaven full, okay? Make heaven full. Tell me that don't feel like an innuendo, okay? Tell me that don't make you feel like they telling you to secretly go kill people. They gonna say you send them to heaven. No. That's why we saying we gonna send you to the upper room. Follow me. We gonna send you to the upper room. That means I'm gonna send you up. I'm gonna put you up. Send you up there to meet your maker. Okay. And you got Trump telling them to hang people. You have other political people saying someone should be shot and killed, pulled out of their home and executed. Like, what? Isn't that a threat? Isn't that cyber threat, cyberbullying? Isn't certain things you do online considered like terrorist acts? Okay? But the people in politics that we're supposed to trust, when they don't get what they want, when you don't believe what they want you to believe, they start saying kill you. Okay? This whole thing in Minneapolis. Them people so serious about it. It's cold as hell in Minneapolis. They say the snow ain't gonna stop us. Baby, please go in before you freeze out there. You can live to fight another day, but you're gonna die and freeze. You're gonna freeze, okay? So it's a lot of things going on that you cannot trust. You can't trust. A lot of these people are actors. Look how we see these school shootings. These people get on the news, and then a few years later, you see this compilation of this person that you saw in this crisis a few years ago. You see them at different crises, crying the same way. Okay? We see this all the time. Crisis actors. I've been hearing a lot about professional agitators. They say the guy that got killed by ICE the other day, all right? They say it was a lady out there screaming, gun, gun. And that could have got things popped off. And the lady that got killed by ICE, they say it was somebody screaming something. I can't really remember what they say exactly she was screaming, but they say she was so loud it kept saying that she seemed like a professional agitator. So you never know who is really there. Like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I feel like this cop that shot this guy, this ICE cop that shot this guy, like, I'm starting to feel like not all these people were police before. I'm starting to feel like maybe some of these people were prisoners that they bringing out of prison and putting them on the front line, giving them a mask and a gun, and going out there and say, listen, go fight for your country, we'll take some time off. Because that ICE police that killed this guy looked confused. The rest of those cops that was with him was about 6-7 cops. The rest of those cops that was with him looked like they basically knew what was going on. They all kind of went towards him in the same direction. They all kind of did the same things, okay? He was kind of the only one that, if you watch that video, you can see him come around everybody. And he's literally like, he's frantic. He don't know which way to go. It's two groups of people. They got the lady on the ground, they got the dude on the ground. And he literally stands in between them. And it's like this. And then you see him go over. They take a gun. They say they take a gun. Hold on, somebody did that. Hold on. All right, I'm back. So, we were talking about how. Oh, I was talking about the guy that just got killed. I gotta remember his name. I just know his last name is Purdy. But I was talking about how I don't believe some of these ICE agents were being cops. I think some of these people are maybe people that was in prison that they just getting out of prison and saying go fight for your country might lessen your time if you make it out, because it's so many ICE agents, okay, and they just got on masks, and it's different ethnicities and things like that. But these cops, and okay, what I don't like, right? I don't like it was one cop that shot him, all right, one, but they're steady saying this word they. They're saying that these cops with an S means plural, shot and killed this guy. A bunch of cops did not shoot and kill this one guy. One cop, okay? Sometimes you gotta take your feelings out of things. One cop shot this dude. And it seems like every time something happens, sometimes the camera, it's like as soon as I guess the lady made a rant, the person that was filming this might have run away, because it looked like when he started shooting, the other cops ran too. They kept saying, I keep reading that they say they was holding this guy down. I didn't quite see them holding him down. I saw them on him, but they're making it seem like the cops held him down so the other cop can shoot him. And that is not what happened on that video. Yes, they were rough. Yes, they all was on this one man, but he had a gun, okay? He may not have been waving the gun, but he had a gun. This is 2026. The police see you with a gun and you agitated, they don't know what you're gonna do. They just as scared as you scared. They want to make it home too. Not saying all of them are good. Some of them are bad, okay? But they're saying that these group of cops shot this guy. No, one. And they did not hold that guy down to kill him. When that cop started shooting, it looked like the rest of the cops got startled, and you can see him running away. Okay, but the camera pans right when he pulled it out, and you can see like he took the first shot. You can see some of the cops, other cops, like, and run away. They started, and I'm quite sure they said, "Oh no, not this! Like, we just out here doing what we do, being aggressive, yes, but all of a sudden we just was trying to like rough him up and take his gun." And this guy pulled out a gun because he confused. Go back and look at that camera, at that video. He looks very confused, like he don't know what to do. Okay, and I just don't like. I'm all for accountability. The cop that shot this guy Pretty, he should be held accountable for what he did. Okay. The other cops, I don't think they should get like murder charges and things like that, because they didn't murder him. They did not. You didn't hear anybody say, "Take your gun out and shoot." You didn't hear that. Okay. And just like I say, we watch these things from our phone. We can see the whole situation. When you watch your phone, you can see what this person did at this time, that person did. You can stop it, you can rewind it, you can fast forward it, you can pop, you can do all that. But when you are in the midst of these things and you don't know what's going on, only thing you scared of that it's gonna turn violent, you know it got a good chance of turning violent, okay? You want them all to be charged? Some people feel like that. But how do you charge them when you send them out there? And it's only one finger can pull the trigger. And I'm a gun owner. Two of us can't shoot that gun at one time. Only one finger can shoot that trigger. So to me, some of the anger is misplaced. They're angry because just those other guys was on them. But no, I don't believe that they thought that they held them down to get killed. I'm sorry. Now this lady in this car, she should have been somewhere else doing something else. She was agitating things. And this is what I say about the, what's the word I'm looking for? Entitlement. I just see a lot of entitled people, like in the hood, you know, listen, stay out of them folks' face. When you see them cops coming, you leave. Because in the hood, you know, if you approach them cops and you talking all that rah-rah, you got a chance of going to jail or getting killed. But you got certain people that's not used to dealing with cops. Or if they do deal with a cop, they're used to getting off. And they feel like this is the same thing. And it's not the same thing. And they effing around and they finding out. Okay? Yes, they are. They are effing around and they are finding out. And I'm hearing the lady that recorded the whole incident, that they can't even find her. So it's like, where is she at? Why do a lot of these people become missing? Like, it's crazy. But you never know what's real and what's fake these days. You never know. You never know what's a setup. Some of these killings, I think, they have happened to further their agendas. Every time somebody get killed by a gun, they say, gun reform. How do we give gun reform or create gun reform when the government is the one putting the guns in the community? How are people getting switches? You can order a switch online. How can you order a switch online but it be illegal? What? Who's making these switches? No. I know it's the black market, but you ain't got to go to the black market to find a switch. Look at some of these protests. I think that was when I first started hearing about Antifa. They was saying that pallets of bricks was just popping up in the neighborhood. Somebody got to bring, you know how heavy a pallet of bricks is? Some truck has to carry these pallets of bricks to put in the neighborhoods for these Antifa people or for these protesters to break stuff. Somebody has to be dropping this stuff off. Okay? This stuff not just popping up nowhere. It is easier for a kid to get a gun than an adult. These kids can get guns anywhere. Okay? It's not hard to get your hand on one. How are they getting it? Just like these other countries. How are they getting, how does someone in Haiti, in one of the poorest places on earth, get these high-powered guns? And see, that's something else, and I think I want to go ahead and get into this because that's something else I was researching, and I got a few things to talk about that. So I think I'm just on here talking. Whoever come in, we're gonna talk. Let's talk about who we selling weapons to and why. Because that's very big. The U.S. sell weapons and defense things to other countries. All right. So let's go ahead and talk into this. Because see, this is all about learning. This is the people that really want to go back and see where this stuff started. We hear this stuff going on, but we need to know more information. All right. So when it comes to who we selling money to and stuff, now it's all about power. Okay. And the power do not stop at the White House. The power just make a trip to the White House, but it don't stop there. It extends to who we fund, who we arm, who we sell guns to, and who we protect. Okay? That's who it is. So if we sell guns to you, we giving you some power. Okay? The power ain't just stopped with us because we sell the guns. You now have power. Have you ever watched that movie Juice? When he get that gun, he say, "I got the juice now." That's the same thing that's going on here. When the USA, the power does not stop in the USA. When the USA sells somebody some guns or something, they now become powerful. When you buy a gun, you now become powerful. Same thing with them, okay? Now, the US doesn't just have allies and enemies, all right? We have interests. Everything that the USA do is meant to benefit us in some type of way. Anytime we giving these other countries arm packages, peace packages, we sending them billions of dollars. It's for a reason. It's the interest. Just like a bank gives you a loan, they say, okay, you need $100, we're gonna give you $2, okay? But you're going to pay us back $4. Interest. That's what it is. And now let's talk about foreign aid, because this has a lot to do with it. Foreign aid and what it really means. Now, when you hear foreign aid, you really food and medicine, right? You think that we're sending other countries just food and medicine. But foreign aid actually breaks down into 2 categories, right? One is economic aid, that's money, development of the country, and upkeep of the infrastructure. Places like Haiti has no budget for infrastructure. That's why Haiti looks like it does, okay? And the second category of foreign aid is military aid. Now that's weapons, that's training, that's intelligence support, okay? So when you hear foreign aid, it's not just food and medicine, it's economics and it's military aid. And it's subcategories under all that, all right? But a lot of what we call aid is really a strategic involvement. Just like I say, we giving you this stuff, we sending you weapons, we training your military, we spying on you while we doing this. Don't get it twisted. We giving you money, we upkeeping your infrastructure. It's all so we can come back and say, we did this for you, now we need you to do this for us, okay? That's what foreign aid is. So don't think when you see the Red Cross or whatever charity works with other countries from America, it ain't just because they sad for them. No, 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 no. It ain't just that, okay? Now, who gets the most aid? Close U.S. allies receive the largest share of military support, okay? The people that's closest to us, who's closest to us? We deal with Venezuela, we deal with Israel. I just talked about who are our allies. These are the people that get the most aid, okay? Let's go back. The people that gets the most aid. I got it in here. Let's see. United Kingdom, right? Too many dollars circulated, supply, demand, more dollars than people. Yes. More, now it might be more people than dollars. Our allies: United Kingdom, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium, Norway, Denmark, Japan, South Korea, Australia, Philippines, Israel. Israel get the most stuff from us, okay? Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Peru, Ukraine, India, all right? They are who get the most foreign aid, okay, and the largest military support. Now, countries in strategic regions get support even when the politics are controversial. So certain countries, we gonna help even though we may not agree with what they got going on. But we need to keep them under arms, okay? We need them to be our friend, even though we don't fully agree. U.S. don't fund countries because they like them. Like I said, it ain't because they like them. They fund them because these countries are useful. They have a use for a resource. They are close to us, and they may not like China. They may not like Russia. They may not like any of them. Okay? Let's see. Let's talk about the weapons sales versus aid. Because people mix this up. Aid, okay, like we just talked about, foreign aid from the USA. Aid is really taxpayer-funded support. So when the U.S. is sending aid, what we just talked about, military support, training, weapons, when we're sending that over there, us taxpayers that work every day, pay tax, go to the store, buy things, pay tax on that, okay? That's saying you got to pay the man that money that is supposed to go towards our schools, libraries, infrastructure. A lot of that is going to other countries for foreign aid. That's why you hear the U.S. is sending billions and billions and billions of dollars to other places to help them out, and then they still be shit places. The USA been sending billions and billions to the same countries, and these countries are still shit. Where are the money going? All right. Now, weapon sales, because remember we comparing weapon sales versus aid. They two different things. All right. Facts, Cuban. Weapon sales are contracts, profits, and defense companies. So, like I said, aid is fun. Aid is when we help other countries, but we paying for the taxpayer. But weapon sales are contracts, profits, and defense companies. Okay, that's the difference. Now, sometimes the government gives aid. This is a saying. Sometimes the government gives aid. Sometimes corporations sell weapons. And sometimes those two worlds collide. All right? So you got the government giving aid, which we pay for, but you got corporations selling weapons to other countries. And I need to figure out who these corporations is and come back and talk about that. Let's talk about why this matters, okay? It all ties back to power. It all, hoping there ain't no kids on it, it's all about who got the biggest dick, who got the biggest balls. Yeah, that's what it all boils down to. Now, Foreign policy decisions shape global conflicts. So everything that other countries do with each other directly shapes what's going on around the world, the conflicts. Just like I say, Taiwan. Now, the USA a couple years gave Taiwan $10 billion weapon package. And China was not happy about that. Okay? Because China don't want Taiwan to be able to defend itself. See, that's what I say. America, USA, help Taiwan, but it shapes global conflicts. Now, China got a problem with America and Taiwan, okay? The influence, it alliances, wars. Okay, why it matters, the weapon sales and the aid. It gives influence. You can get allies, wars, you can start wars, but you can also use it as leverage. And see, that's one of the biggest things, the leverage. Ooh, hold on, let me check this food for my kids. All right, all right. Let's get back to it. I had to feed them kids shot. I had to eat me a chili dog too. It's something about chili dogs, honey. Them things hit. Okay. So, sorry if I gotta eat this out of my teeth. Let's get back to why the U.S. help people, help other countries. Now, we was talking about the leverage that the U.S. love to have over people. And I think that's one of the main points and the main reasons, one of the main reasons the U.S. help other countries to get leverage. It's all blackmail, okay? Same thing with the Epstein file, same thing with the P. Diddy trial, same thing with Tyler Perry. It's all about leverage. It's all about, just like Tyler Perry, all these actors, he would find them, okay? Hold on right quick, y'all. Hold on. Okay, just like Tyler Perry, he finds these men, and then he give them a role. Then he comes and say, since I gave you this role, what do you want to do? How do you want to thank me? Okay. You from Clearwater, Florida? What's up, Florida? Yeah, I'm from Florida too. I'm from Broward County, Fort Lauderdale. What's going on, Clearwater? Ooh. All right. I just had to shout that out right quick, Florida. But yeah, and then when they don't go along with what he say because he gave them the role, they wind up getting shot on the show and not coming back, and then they disposed of. So that's the same thing that the U.S. does to other countries. Okay, that's the same thing that Trump does to the people that's around him in his cabinet. He puts them on, and then when he used that as leverage, and then when they don't do something that he wanted to do, guess what he said? I don't know that person. He's a dumbass. He don't even know you. He could have been pictured with you 1,500 times. Okay. Thank you. He could have gave them 1,700 times, but as soon as they don't do what he want one time, it's a wrap. Okay. Every episode and every dollar cent is a choice. All right? And these choices tell you what a country really is and what they got going on. So, these are some of the U.S. current aid, the current stats for the USA for us helping other countries. Now, in 2024, right, we gave $82.3 billion, and we spread it again throughout 177 countries. $82.3 billion. To 177 countries. So we got leverage with 177 countries. That's a lot of leverage, and that's a lot of money. Now, our biggest recipients of our aid, okay, Ukraine received 16.6 billion. Yes, billion, okay, to help its government and society during the Russia war. So when they was going through all that war, we was sending them planes and all type of stuff. We was stopping aid from going to other countries, and we was sending it to Ukraine and giving them money, okay, to help them fight Israel. Now, Israel has been Russia. Israel, we've been helping Israel a long time. We've been giving Israel things a long time, and that's to have some type of leverage. But trust me, Israel has more leverage over us than we do over them. That's why Israel is running the United States right now. Don't get it twisted, all right? Other countries, that's our biggest recipients of our aid that we help, that you really don't hear about. You don't hear about these countries. Ethiopia, Jordan, Egypt, and Afghanistan, all right? So we give them aid. I thought we hated Afghanistan. I thought we were blowing them up and fighting them and things like that. Okay. How aid is used. How aid is used. Now, it supports the economic development, humanitarian assistance. Okay, they still ask you to give 50 cents a day to help the starving kids, though. Health programs, even though their health departments in other countries are trash. Okay, and military assistance. I think that's the biggest one. Aid levels and who get funded can shift quickly with priority changes. So depending if we happy with you or not, depends on if you're gonna keep getting the money and how much money that we give you. That's liable to change at any time. Okay? Just like your rent is liable to change at any time when the landlord get ready, the US can change at any time who they help and who they give money to. Okay? Now, some of the current facts about the U.S. weapon sales. Now, that was aid. We talking about the U.S. record sales. 2024 was the record breaking for our arms sales, okay? Now, remember, if I'm not mistaken, 2024 is when Brittany Garner was in jail. 2024, I know that wasn't a year ago. I know it was a little bit over a year ago when she was in jail in what was that, Russia or something? And we traded her for this illegal arms seller same year. So it's crazy to say that 2004 was the record-breaking time for arms sales. Okay? We gave 300 billion. We're just giving out billions of dollars to other people. $300 billion in 2024 for weapon sales. Okay? One of the most highs, record level. 117.9 billion came from foreign military sales. The government broker systems were allies by weapons with government oversight. So some of these people, we allow them to buy it with our money, but we're going to control what you buy. 200 billion was from direct commercial sales by U.S. defense companies. And the U.S. consists of 43% of all major global armed exports, more than any country. So we're giving 177 countries military weapons, selling them and sending them aid. America is doing a lot, and a lot of people over here broke. And a lot of people over here poor and can't afford the everyday things. We pay so much for gas. You can barely go grocery shopping and buy you anything anymore. Like the prices of stuff that used to be cheap, like hot dogs. Hot dogs used to be 99 cents. Now hot dogs are $1.75 in Dollar General, $1.99 at the grocery store. But we're sending billions and billions of dollars to other countries. We're talking about we're in a deficit, okay? But we see our politicians driving the best cars. Once they start getting investigated and all the facts come out and the finances come out, we're seeing that they have been spending exuberant amounts on jets, going like Cash Patel going to his girlfriend's concerts, things like that. We're seeing that, but we're also seeing America seeing a whole lot of money. Like, where is this money coming from? That's one reason why they say Charlie got killed, because he started asking, where is this money coming from? Because before TPUSA turned into a church, they was talking about money, economics, and like racial issues. And all of a sudden, Erica Kirk come in, turned it into a religious thing. And now millions and millions of dollars are being made, and Charlie want to know, like, how, where? We didn't see this before. Like, how is this coming? Things probably didn't make sense to him, and he had no idea. And think about how many nights he probably laid in the bed with Erica and say, something's not right. I know it was making money, but this much money? And she's like, God, babe, you're just blessed by God. This is what God wanted for you. And the whole time she was setting him up. See what we just talked about earlier? About China's president, his road dog, second in command, just got caught up for selling and selling the U.S. their nuclear information. Same thing. It's like I'm just noticing a pattern. Like a lot of these people that are getting set up, it was somebody very close to them that set them up. That's why you got to be careful who you keep close to you. Because a lot of people are not close to you because they like you, want to help you, or they want to be your friend. No, they are there for a reason. I have been through it. A lot of us have been through it. They are there for a reason, okay? So, we just talked about this. I'm going to see what's going on. I'm going to probably come back live and talk because I just be liking to talk, child. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for whoever wants to subscribe to the page. This is your girl, Politically Diamond. This is Trigger TV, where when I get triggered by something, I bring it to you. Until next time, peace.